Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be wet shaving with a safety razor. Now, I know a lot of people think, if you're black, that you can't use that you can't wet shave or you can't use a, razor to shave your face. You can do it now. We are more prone to bumps, as you start to see a little bit on my side, but there are ways to avoid that and there are reasons for that. So the reason we're going to use a safety razor is because if you're going to wet shave, especially if you're black, ideally the less blades the better, because what happens is when you use blades, I use this for my head, so this is a Mach 3, this is 3 blades. Or if you use a Fusion, for example, if I take one pass down with the grain with one razor, it's only one time that pass is going down. But if I'm using, for example, a Mach 3 and I go down, that's 3 passes just on one swipe. So that 3 passes, you ultimately end up sort of over shaving, and you're like the hair follicles basically sort of grow back into the skin. That's partly how you get bumps. So we have things to prevent that. Like I have tan skin, for example. Tan skin is pretty good. Any sort of bump stopper will do. Now, I just got out the shower, so my skin is already sort of moist still. What happens, when you're in the shower, you take a warm shower, that water from the steam and stuff, it sort of wakes up your follicles and makes them stand up, makes for a better shave. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and still sort of wet my face again. And what I'm gonna use, first I'm gonna start off with this Shave Secret. Now I'm gonna put links for all this stuff, in the description, so you can order this stuff yourself if you need it. So I'm gonna sprinkle 2 drops. And then put it all on my face. And this helps, helps the razor glide for a better shave. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, so I have my shaving oil on. I just want to put on the tank top real quick. I'm not trying to be sexy or nothing with my shirt off. So what we're gonna do now, so I have what's called shave soap. So I have this shaving soap, I have my shaving mug, and I have the shaving brush. I need a new brush. I've had this for over a year now. And again, I'll put the descriptions for those things in the description also. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wet up my brush. So I'm wetting up my brush right now. And I'm gonna get a nice lather of shave soap. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cover my whole face. Now, the consistency, mine should probably be a little bit thicker. Some people like theirs a little thicker, some might like theirs a little runny. Say mine has just a little too much water in it. You don't want a lot of water, but then it's not as, you want it to be a nice lather. You want it to be a little thicker. And I'm getting everywhere. So what's gonna happen is the hair under my chin grows thicker than the hair on my side. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with the sides first, and then I'm gonna get under my chin. So that'll give it another chance to soften up and come through. Now, if you don't wanna do all this, I do have the barber saw also, that works. Now, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take a Dorco blade and put it in my safety razor. Now, you can get a box of these it's like a box of 100 for a few dollars. So, I mean, they're pretty cheap. So it's actually cheaper to shave with a safety razor if you have the patience. You take one of these, put it in your safety razor. Now, I do want a safety razor with a longer blade. This one is a little short. I'm gonna rinse it just a little bit. Now, what you're gonna do, the thing that makes a lot of people that you have to be careful with a safety razor is you have to know your angles. You have to know the angles that you're shaving at, so you can't just it doesn't contour to your face like the cartridge razors. So what I'm gonna do first, you just take slow strokes. You just take that. You just go. The first pass I make with the grain. It's a little hard. I'm probably gonna turn around and look at my bigger mirror. I'm trying to do it off my phone, but it's a little harder to get the right angle. So what's gonna happen? You can see me doing it like this. So I'm gonna come down. And ideally, the less strokes, the better. Because anything that I miss, I'm gonna come back over. So the first time, sorry about that, I got a call. So the first time I go with the grain, so I go down, my beard angle goes down. First I'm gonna go down. The next time I'm gonna go across. I'm gonna go across the grain to catch anything that I missed. So you wanna angle your razor at the right angle. Because thing is, you don't want to have it too tilted or too sharp because you don't want to cut yourself, but you don't want to have it tilted the wrong way or you're not going to get any hair off. Now I'm starting to go downward. Now for the mustache. And the mustache is probably the easiest because for me, that's where my hair grows the thinnest on my beard. And you want to take your time when you're using a safety razor, because remember, this is a straight edge razor you have under here, so you don't want to cut yourself. Now, what I'm going to do, I missed over here. And again, I'm going to go across the grain once I'm done with that. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to re-lather under my chin, because under my chin is where my hair is a little thicker. So what's going to happen, I'm still going to come downward because that's the direction my chin goes. So you're going to sort of angle it at the right angle. And you have to kind of go with it, and you kind of have to angle it as you're coming down, because your chin, like these, you got to remember, these safety razors don't contour to your face the way a cartridge razor does. So you have to make sure you're getting the right angles. And now when I'm going on my jawline, I'm going to kind of come like strictly down my jawline. And again, you want to have a nice lather. You want to have a nice lather so you're not cutting yourself. because this oil in the lather sort of makes a nice surface for you to shave on. Now, the next one, this is a little harder, I'm not gonna lie, this is a little trickier, is your neckline. Now, normally I would shave downward, but when you're under here, for me, I'm gonna shave up. So you're gonna come up with it, since the hair down here kind of grows upward. So now, remember, angles. Again, take your time. Especially if you've never done this before. You don't want to mess around and cut yourself. And it has two sides. This razor has two sides. So once you can see, you can see the hair on this one. Just use the other side. So again, I'm gonna go up. And again, ideally, less is more. The less you go over it, the better. You have to be careful that you don't cut yourself. Now, that's the basics so far. Now what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go back over, the parts that I missed. Now, some people, while it's still wet, you can just wet your face, and while you still have the oil on, you can go over it without more lather. Personally, I like the lather because I like the surface as smooth as possible, just to minimize the chances of me cutting myself. So personally, I'm gonna go just back over it again. Put some more oil on it. If there's any shaving pros that maybe have some more tips and like, hey, you're not doing this right, you should do it like this, you're more than welcome to comment and maybe correct me in some ways where maybe something I'm doing wrong. I don't mind learning, but just make sure we're keeping it, respectful. So now I'm going across the grain. And I don't mind taking longer strokes that time because I pretty much got everything. So now like I said, ideally, you don't want to make many more passes than you have to, but this is a lot better than using 3 blades making that pass, because for every pass I made with this safety razor, multiply that times 3 for that Mach 3 and multiply times 5 with a fusion razor. And I'm just kind of go across the grain. So my chin area, it grows a little thicker too. And I'm gonna go across the grain on the bottom. So you can still hear, Hair still coming off, stubble. Like I said, biggest thing, take your time. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do this when you're in a rush, because you can cut yourself. And then you can feel after that, you can just kind of feel your face, check for any spots that you may have missed. And I only use these blades once. So these Orco blades, you see me using them, it's a one and done, because you want to have the blade as sharp as possible, because you don't want it to be dull or anything. So looking at it, look like I did. They're pretty good. And then sometimes what you might do too, see how I'm kind of grabbing my face and getting it. Sometimes you gotta move, your head got it at the right angle. That angle gets it, that helps it for the angles you may have missed. Okay, so that we got everything. Some of this is just skin from, I'm not gonna lie, I was using Magic Shade the other day. I sort of burned my face a little bit. I think I used it too soon in between treatments. Magic Shade is cool if you know what you're doing. I'm just using this for the summer. Pretty soon I'll probably start growing my beard back out. If you look at some of my old videos, you can probably still see me when I have my beard grow out. On my video where I did the Cabaret Puma review, that's when you can see when my beard was long. Now what I'm doing, I'm rinsing off cold water. I'm wiping my face off. And washing it with cold water. As cold as you can get it. Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, well, yeah, you can tell you got bumps already on your face. Now, what you're gonna do now, and this is my fault because I didn't start it sooner. What you're gonna do, this is where you're gonna use your tin skin. You're gonna take your tin skin, you're gonna put on a cotton ball, and then you're gonna go over it. You're gonna go over where you shaved that. That tin skin, I'm telling you, after a couple of days, after a day or two, all them bumps be gone. Yeah, all them bumps be gone after a day or two with this tin skin. And if you're not as prone to bumps, that's even better. And it's crazy because I mainly only get them on the sides, like on my jaw. But then after that, if you want to, so you're not dried out, Then I put on like some type of after lotion or something like that, just because alcohol dries it out. So you put this on to to cool your face, and it also moisturizes your face so you're not dry. So that's if you want to have a clean shaven face still. I know we live in a time now where wearing beard is a lot more acceptable. It's not, I know like back in my parents' day, depending on your job, a beard was considered unprofessional. But this is people that just, if you want that clean shaven look without, you know what I'm saying, you just want to be clean shaven for one. Sometimes I know I get tired of my beard. Last time I grow my beard, 6-8 months, let it be long, then I cut it all off. I just do something different. I don't have no hair on my head, so sometimes I feel like I switch up my beard. I grow my beard, I'll cut the sides, wear a goatee. I'll wear a pencil beard sometime, or sort of like a chin strap. It just depends. But that is how you wet shave using a safety razor. So like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna have all the products that I used in the description. Let me know if you like these type of videos. I think the next one I might do a dry shave tutorial for you. So peace out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you all got something out of this.